What's going on, YouTube? This is Jim, and I am back. As you can tell, I am back upstairs in my man cave, my man attic, the armory, whatever you want to call it. I'm back. All my game systems are back where they need to be. All my collector's editions are back, being proudly displayed behind me. You may be able to see them. They're probably about this big, but they are all back there. And I'm very happy to be back upstairs. This whole construction process has been nothing short of a complete nightmare. You guys have heard me bitch about it before, but it is coming to an end. I'm very, very happy to be upstairs where I belong. I'm going to get a TV up here soon. We're going to do some different Let's Plays. We're going to have some more fun. We're going to do more videos. I'm going to be in a better mood. You're not going to see a stupid headset. Life is good. Before I dive into today's topic, which is about the Xbox One update, I wanted to briefly show you guys something cool that I picked up from Jinx. So this weekend was the Halo World Championship Series. I know you watched my video and you know all about it, and you know my opinions on it. Amazon had a partnership deal with Halo. They're one of the kind of sort of sponsors. Amazon.com/Halo had basically most Halo gear heavily discounted, including the requisition pack, the arena requisition pack, which I picked up, and I was very disappointed this weekend, or rather tonight, as I got 5 uncommons. I got the number 9. The number 9. Oh my God, you have no idea how frustrating that is. But I got it at half price, so it was worth it. But I did pick up some really cool stickers. No, I'm just kidding. I did pick up the official Halo World Championship Series lanyard. And I think this is really cool. If you guys know me IRL, you know that I love sporting some new lanyards from time to time at work. So here is the official Halo World Championship Series lanyard. On one side, my photography skills are atrocious. On one side is the blue. Let's see if I can do this. There we go. There you go. And you have the, it says Halo here on the back, which you'll never see because it's on your neck. And on the other side is the red color with the official logo. And then on the alternate side is all the different weapons in the game, which I think is really, really cool. So I got a sporty new lanyard for half price. So I'm going to bust it out and I'm going to enjoy it. So that's pretty cool. They had some other things too. They had some action figures. They had some, what else did they have? Legos, those Mega Blocks. They're not Legos, they're Mega Blocks. A couple other small things. But hey, I think the lanyard was $5. I mean, come on. Why not support one of the best games ever, Halo 5, right? So today I want to talk to you guys about this blog post right here from Mr. Major Nelson. And he talks all about the Xbox One system updates, which is now live. I downloaded it today. It was an automatic update for me. People are going to start getting it over the next few days due to server load. If your system's already on, you may already have it and not even know. There's some really good things that come out of this update, and I wanted to share them with you guys. If you want to read, by the way, this official blog post from Major Nelson, it's in the description box below, so you can click on it if you don't want to take my word for it. The first and foremost is this guy right here. The Xbox One Elite controller is getting an overhaul. Now, how is an Xbox One update going to affect this controller? Well, the nice thing about this controller is that it has a synergy with the Xbox One application where you can actually change the button configuration of this controller. You can also change the rumbling features of this controller. So there is a small amount of processing that can be done on this controller, but probably the coolest feature it has is you can actually dope the analog sticks. So there's like 5 or 6 different presets, smooth, aggressive, laggy, all this kind of thing, where you can actually change how the analog sticks perform under pressure, whether it be a very slow turn or a fast turn, how fast does that go? And you can change all that. And there's actually a mapping tool, very similar to what you would see in a Windows computer when you plug in a joystick, of a crosshair moving around depending on how you move your analog stick. Well, one of the complaints that people have had, and I did notice it, but just very slightly, was that the diagonal direction was actually a little bit slower than going direction, your cardinal direction. So if you wanted to go up to the left, well, for you, up to the left would be this way, right? and it doesn't matter. It was faster to go over and up than to do this. And as a result, it was slightly jarring for when you're aiming, because you're going to be aiming. If you're aiming your gun, sometimes you're doing this, sometimes you're following a target, and you would pop off a target. Now, it was very, very minimal. You could tweak this in Halo. There's actually a dead zone that you could actually play with slightly. That did help a little bit, again, with the controller presets, whether you did smooth or I think one was called like ballistic or something. There was different presets for that. But the Xbox One app, or the update rather, will update this application and the hardware here. We've heard from fans. And you want to see improvement on the thumbsticks of the Xbox One Elite controller, particularly when you're moving diagonally. Based on this feedback, we've created a new method to calculate the position of the thumbsticks consistently, enabling thumbstick response that is more in line with what you are expecting. This method measures and uses the distance of the thumbstick position relative to the center focus point of the thumbstick base, instead of the standard method, which calculates the measurement of a two-dimensional plane. With the latest firmware update, you can expect increased accuracy of the thumbstick for even greater control. So there's a picture here, and I don't know if my internet's going to be powerful enough to see it. This is one of the many first world problems that I have to deal with. But I'm going to try to hold it up to the camera. If you can't see it, big whoop, I'll just read it to you. You see on the lower left-hand side of the screen, you see that slider bar? I know it's not an earthquake. It's me being very, very shaky. On the lower left-hand screen of that screen I just showed you is a slider bar, and that actually has the radio calculation. That is the delay that you can do. That is a new feature. That slider bar did not exist before. It was just 5 different presets. You're going to be able to now tweak that so you can dope sticks differently in different directions. It's going to be an even more powerful tool for pro players, not me, for pro players to utilize this feature. And by far, that is the biggest piece of the update, in my opinion. I don't know why they waited until the official Xbox launch. If they had this patch 5 months ago, I mean, this controller's been out for a couple minutes, right, guys? I don't know why it took you so long, but thank you. I love this controller. I've switched over from PlayStation 4 to Xbox for my first-person shooters solely because of this stick. I cannot say enough good things about it. I cannot recommend it enough. This is a great, great fix. In addition, the Xbox One accessory app on Windows 10 now will include firmware status, battery status, and other details about the controller. This is available already on the Xbox One. Great. Now, for me, actually, you could say maybe a little more great, because I do take this very control stick downstairs to play The Division on the PC with the boys. So having all that information is really cool. Party chat will now be included in Twitch broadcasts. This is actually really, really neat. And this is something I wish that we had. A couple of us got together to watch part of the finals of the World Championship Series, and we had to create an Xbox One party, and then we had to open up the Twitch app and kind of lower the volume on one and raise the volume on the other to kind of hear each other and to communicate, because it is fun to watch events together. Unfortunately, we can't all be in the same place because geographically we're all around the world. But when we all find something we're interested in, it's fun to just sit and watch with your friends. It's like watching TV or, hanging out. So a top voted for feature on the Xbox feedback and released in preview, you can now broadcast party chat when you use the Twitch app. If you're broadcasting from your console in a party, you can invite other people over into the broadcast party chat, which is a really, really cool feature. You can mute chat members' audio even if they've opted in. So if your annoying friend is rambling, boop, he's out. This also works on Windows 10 PCs as well. So you're starting to see that synergy between Windows 10 and Xbox One rather. These patches are definitely gearing more in that direction. We'll talk about that in the near future. There are some other things too, but for some reason I clicked on the wrong button. Maybe that's it. I thought there was... lastly, and most importantly for you guys, right? You can now have a 16 party chat, which is really, really cool. So if you have 16 friends, I think I have 5 or 6. I still have a ways to go that I like to talk to, I should say. You can have up to 16 party chat. I don't really know what games would support that other than maybe a Halo 8 on 8 where you're all playing, but typically you like to be on your team and they like to be on their team. I'm trying to struggle to think of an Xbox One game that supports 16 players on one team. Maybe Battlefield does. I play Battlefield 4 for PC. It's 32 on 32. It gets very hectic very quickly if you have an open channel, so even then you sub down into your individual squads. Sometimes you'll have an audio, maybe like your left ear will be for the commander and the right ear will be for your squad. We do that often. But for an Xbox One application, I'm really struggling to have that. But hey, if you got a bunch of friends, you just want to sit around and watch Twitch together, more power to you. That is really good. And also now, lastly, you can buy Xbox 360 games via the marketplace on the Xbox One. No longer do you have to get that on the Xbox One then or the Xbox 360, then switch over to your Xbox One and go like reinstall the game. You can now do it all from one place. This is a great feature. I think if it was done a little bit sooner, maybe around the time backward compatibility was announced, it may have a little more, it may have helped out backward compatibility. I have said before, and I will still stand behind, I think backward compatibility is a big waste of time, and it's mostly a failure. Most of my friends don't utilize the feature at all because there's so many great new games that are out that people enjoy playing. I don't hear people saying, man, it's so good to play Red Dead Redemption on my Xbox One instead of playing The Division with all my other friends. But hey, this is good. I think this just shows Xbox does have commitment in this backward compatibility, even though I still question some of the titles that have been launched and some of the major titles that are still absent from the list altogether. But the fact that they're consolidating the store once again ties into the point I made a few minutes ago, where you are starting to see the Xbox One and the PC, and we'll go ahead and throw the Xbox 360 in there too, starting to all merge ecosystems. I think in the near future you're going to see a lot more of this, and you're going to get away from branding what console you're on. You're just on the platform. You're in the party system. It's all going to be interrelated, interconnected. I like that innovation. I think that is a very smart move. Now, there are some developers who say, oh, well, you're pigeonholing me into this ecosystem, this, that, the other thing. I'm not a developer. As a consumer, I love it. And you can see PlayStation has already answered the call with their next update. They're going to allow you to play from your PC remotely, very similar to what the Xbox One did when Windows 10 launched. So there is that competition, and you know how I feel about friendly competition. So lots of cool updates. Got the cool lanyard. The Xbox One Elite controller is getting a major update. Party system's getting overhauled. My room is mostly done, minus a rug below me. I got to get a different rug. The first rug wasn't big enough. Why do you care? Why am I telling you about my rug? Because I love you guys. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.